Hello lovelies, I'm right here again with you, Oge from Abuja, Nigeria, and in today's video we're going to be showing how to cook vegetable soup from frozen vegetables.
Don't you sit there, baby, come and grab my body.
Yes guys, I share videos on healthy living, budgeting, and a whole lot of others, keeping your home modest lifestyle and then cutting costs. So one of the ways I've cut costs in this soup is that this meat, I bought it. I normally do batch cooking on Saturdays, and I've cooked meat that is going to be enough for stew, soup, two different kinds of soup, and then the ones that we're going to be leaving in the freezer for the use for the week. So I'll be sharing videos of such videos with you guys, so be sure to subscribe to my channel if you've not yet subscribed. So this is the one for the soup, one of the soups that I'm making, which is vegetable soup, as the case may be. Here I've already boiled the meat, is well cooked, and I have the stock, and then in here I'm adding my stockfish and of course dry fish. You can skip this one if you are not interested in it or if you don't like it, but if you're from the southeast, you know this is of course we like the flavor of dry fish and stockfish, and of course smoked fish in any soup that we prepare. So guys, I've already washed them off and then deboned it. Yes, and I'm also going to be putting in this smoked Titus fish. Smoked Titus fish brings your food to another new level, a whole new level. Another option to this is your smoked panla, but I prefer Titus, smoked Titus. But I like smoked panla though. I like to chew it. I like to eat it like that. You can soak garri with it. You know, you can do a lot of things, and I like to chop it like that too when it's necessary, guys. So we're going to get this ball rolling right now, and then we're going to making things happen. So I'm adding onions to this. You want to add enough onions because onions helps to enhance the taste of your vegetable soup a lot. And then vegetable soups can be cooked in various different ways. It's really up to you. The most important thing is to have the right vegetables. If you don't have water leaf, you can substitute with spinach, and then ugu can be substituted with kale. That's about it, and that's really what you need for vegetable soup. In here I've just added some pepper, that's and then yellow pepper with crayfish. That's a combination of three of them. Yellow pepper, we all know, and then seasoning cubes. Yellow pepper, you all know. If you don't know it now, that yellow pepper adds a whole new drama and flavor to your soups. Yes, and you can even use it for stew if you like. Yes. So in here I've just added salt. Salt is really up to your taste, but you want to be careful when adding salt, because in the meat stock is salt, and then of course in your seasoning cube is some salt too, so be careful when you're adding that. I'm stirring all of this together to make sure that all the ingredients are moving to every corner of the pot. And then the idea here is to get the whole water out of the pot. Really, you want all the meat and fish to absorb the water, so that the palm oil in this soup would act as the water for the soup. You don't normally add extra water in vegetable soup. Yeah, I think it's okay for me right at this stage. I don't want it to start burning, so this is the right level I want the water to get to before I start to add my palm oil. You can add your palm oil, and then once it's heated up, you just add other ingredients. Alternative, you can add your palm oil and let your palm oil fry a little bit, or you can even remove the meat. Before you add the meat, you allow your oil to fry with onions before adding all these other ingredients. But I really don't do a lot of frying, so I'm just going to allow this heat up with the ingredients all combined, and then I'm going to continue with my cooking. Yes guys, don't be afraid to freeze your vegetables. I've shown you a lot of ways in my other videos how to store your plantains, how to store your ugu, how to store your fruits and vegetables in the fridge, and a lot of other things like that, so you save cost in the long run. So subscribe to my channel if you watch up to this level and you're enjoying this video. Subscribe to my channel so you can get updates, and then click the bell icon so you can get updates anytime I share a new post, guys. I shared another video where I bought a pot. This is a 12-inch pot that I bought by accident, but of course it is useful and helpful to me when I'm making vegetable soup, because I like to make vegetable soup in large quantities. Even this one is not even as much as I normally do, because I don't want to be struggling with the leaves, because before they die down or before they are cooked, they occupy a lot of space in the pots, and this is just the right pot for me, the right size of pot for me and my family. I don't need to be struggling with leaves. I'm being conscious of the leaves falling apart all over the place. So this, I have my water leaves. If you're storing vegetables in the freezer, guys, label is very important. Until look at how it looks like when it's frozen. I'm not supposed to have frozen it in this method. I just do the lazy freezing method. I'll be carrying you guys along when I do an update, or when I share a better video on how to properly freeze your vegetable, your water leaf. That way you don't need to struggle with it when you're trying to cook. I personally don't like to defreeze my vegetable water leaf when I'm cooking this method. I really don't like it at all. I prefer to put it from the freezer right into the pot. At this stage, I need to cook it a little bit more. It's beginning to defreeze. I like to do a lot of minor work on it. So don't join me in doing this. You want to allow your vegetable to talk, but you can become a carpenter with me if you choose to, guys. So there are other ways to freeze it so that it's not stressful for you. But if you're doing lazy method like me, just throw it in the freezer and then you're good to go. It's already coming off. I like to cook a lot of vegetable soups. In my house is vegetable soups and other soups, so this pot is really useful to me. I shared a video on pots that I bought, mini freezer hauls or something of that nature. I'm going to be linking it to this video so you see the other pots that I bought, because I bought this one by accident and eventually I was able to buy really the sizes that I need. If you're going to go and buy pots in the market, guys, you want to measure the size, except of course you're buying the set. But if maybe one pot is bad and you want to buy that exact same size, be sure to have a tape at home and then measure it. I'm a very handy person, so I have these things available to me with me at home. And look at how that looks. Trust me, guys, of course it's always best to have your fresh vegetables. Use them from the farm. In fact, the fresher they are, the better. But at the end of the day, this is not bad too. This really works too. And then you don't have to waste your money, and then you have to worry about your vegetables getting spoiled. How about when you go to buy things in bulk from the market and then you're so tired you cannot cook, and then you just leave your vegetable and then they end up spoiling? Hey guys, you don't want to do that. And this is ugu I'm also going to be adding. Meanwhile, I was saying before, you have to label. It's very important. I was cooking banga soup one day, and because I didn't label the leaf that I had frozen, there were so many of them in my freezer and I didn't label. In my mind, I'm smart. I'll be able to decode by the smell, or with the smell, whatever it is, I'll be able to, and texture. I was wrong because I went and put otazi into banga soup by mistake, guys. You know what otazi means? Otazi is a bitter leaf that is used commonly for you can use it to, you can pound it, make sauce for yam, or make even people that do upobi, they usually put that bitter leaf, but they are really used in small quantities. But in my case, I put a whole quantity, reasonable size quantity of otazi into my, see how easy this one is to come out. I put it into my banga soup and it just ruined the whole taste for me, guys. So you don't want to do that. Just buy paper tape if you don't have the fancy freezing, guys. So if you don't have a fancy way of freezing like labeling, just buy paper tape and marker, simple like that, and then it makes your life easier. Even when you have foods in the containers, it's easy to find what it is. And because sometimes when they are frozen, you can mistake something for another oha soup can be mistaken for okasi soup, or things like that. So we are not always correct all the time, so that makes our lives easier, guys. Look how yummy this soup looks, and it tastes really yummy too, guys. So don't waste your vegetables. Like I said earlier, if you don't have a lot of time and you need help with all of this, subscribe to my channel, so that I'll be showing you guys a lot more on how to go about keeping things and saving things, so that you build your wealth and then not waste money on unnecessary things, money could have used for some investment or for achieving some other important projects. So guys, how do you see this video? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you want to try this method out? Do you want to do something like this in the future if you're already not doing it? Yes, don't be afraid to freeze your foods. By the way, when you freeze your foods, they're not losing value. The only time when it's losing value is maybe in the case of Nigeria. I'm adding more salt because I need to. It's because in Nigeria power supply is not constant, but once there's constant power supply, even if you don't even have power in a day, it's still okay. Your items should still be okay, or even 2 days, depending on how well your freezer. I'm adding extra pepper too for taste. Your freeze, depending on how well your freezer freezes or retains cold. If you don't have power supply in 1 day or 2, you should still be good to go. But anything other than that is not always advisable because of the up and down NEPA skeletal power supply. Sometimes the leaf may change color, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is bad. Be sure. I always like to freeze ugu too, because sometimes in the week I may need to just buy to cook porridge, and I like to have vegetables in my porridge. So guys, if I don't store in the fridge, I store in the freezer. The reason why I trust my freezer more is because at least I'm sure it's frozen, because the fridge sometimes when there's no power for a few hours or some 1 day, and you don't put on the generator to power the freezer, it's a challenge. So guys, I hope you like this video. Please let me know if you like this video in this comment section. I'm also adding extra pepper because that one I added before is not enough. Who is with me, guys? I feel like pepper these days they are not as peppery as they used to be. Is it my taste bud, or is any of you experiencing something similar? Share with me, guys, in the comment section, and I'll be glad to read from you guys. This is all for this video on freezer water leaf and ugu, guys. I hope you like it. Let me know if you like it by giving me a thumbs up, and then share with your friends so that they can also learn from this video. Give me a thumbs up, share my video with your friends, and then subscribe if you have not already subscribed. It really does help me, guys. I'll be seeing you in another video, guys. Meanwhile, here I'm dishing out this yummy-licious vegetable soup. How does it look, guys? How yummy is this yummy vegetable? You don't even know that it was frozen. Yes, how cool is that, guys? Enjoy this vegetable with me, guys, and let me know what you think. I'll see you in another video, guys. Until then, stay safe, be good, take good care of yourself and your health. Subscribe to my channel for healthy living tips. I'll see you. Bye.